Hey, today I'm going to show you a quick and easy way to fix a leaking fork seal. Stay tuned. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about fork oil leaks. I've already removed a plastic part, you can see down there, from here, which is actually this one, so you can see on this side, to get to it. Now, you'll notice that on this tube right here, there are some markings. I probably might have to light them up to be able to see them better. But you can see here, there are some marks. When the fork compressed, these marks are suspicious, and there might be oil leaks coming from the oil seal. So if I rub my finger through it, I can tell that it's slippery. Now these are latex gloves, so if they slip, it's because there's oil here. If they don't, you'll like there's more resistance here than there is over here. You can see there's smudges there, or smidges, or whatever we call it. But you can see. So there's definitely oil in this fork. The culprit is probably a leaking seal up here. So I'm gonna go ahead and clean this up a little bit. I take a paper towel and take a look just to confirm. And you can see right here, this black stuff is grime that got caught in the oil. So there's definitely a leak over here. So the first thing you wanna do when you have a fork leak is to clean it well. Just make sure you remove all that residue. You can see it right here. Just remove all the residue you can using a paper towel or something like that. Some people use brake cleaner. I don't. I think that, you know, a dry paper towel typically does the job. You can see here all this grime. All this stuff is stuff that is caught in oil. I'm gonna take this clean piece just to give you a comparison. I'm gonna go to the other one. This one here, let me grab a light. This one here looks okay. You can see it's dirty, but there's no rings around it. And if I take a white paper towel, like you see here, and rub it through it, nothing comes out. So it doesn't matter how much I do it, it doesn't come out. Sure, the dirt comes out that is there, but in general terms, it's a clean paper towel. So we know we have a leak on this side. So what I do, like I said before, take a paper towel and just try to clean it as much as I can. I go through here. You can see here, more grime comes up from the seal. This is a dust seal right here. This dark thing is the actual dust seal, which we're gonna have to pry down to get it done. So once you have this clean, okay, so now the fork looks more or less clean. The glove doesn't slip as easy as it used to do, so I know there's no more oil there. It's probably all within the paper towel. So the next step that we're gonna do is gonna pry open this seal right here. For that, any small screwdriver will do. You just kind of put it in here and try to get it. Gotta be careful with this. You don't want to overdo it, but you're gonna try to pry it down. You're gonna go around it and find space. You can see it's starting to come apart now. You want to do this very gently, not very aggressively. Let's bring it down. Now bringing this down, you can see there's some residue right here, and I can tell this is oil. My glove is wet. You see the glove? I don't know if you can see, but there's a reflection here where it's wet. So that further confirms the suspicion. I'm going to go ahead and give this part here a little rub. And this is just based on one ride. I started detecting this oil a couple of rides ago, and I cleaned it during my GPS video. I cleaned it. So this is all new stuff that happened from tonight's ride, where I went out and kind of when I went out to test the GPS setup, and oh look, this is definitely a lot of oil. You can see it right there. So that as confirmation that there is a leak down here. Okay, so once you've cleaned everything up nice and good, you might want to get under this seal as well. You can put the paper towel, like fold it and try to thread it through and kind of wipe the inside of the seal. But Motion Pro has this tool called Seal Mate, and apparently it's like it fixes leaking fork seals. So what's probably happened inside of this tube, there is the actual oil seal. So this is a dust seal. This prevents dust from getting into the oil seal. And inside that oil seal, there's probably like little bits of dust that are between the seal and the tube, which is where the oil is leaking out. So the goal of this tool is to use this little bit right here to go inside the seal and try to get everything that's around it out and see if that fixes the issue. So we're going to take this little thing right here and we're going to go into the oil seal. So what you want to do is kind of wrap it around the tube. And the oil seal is like right where this line is. It's just barely somewhere in here. It's not too far up, so you got to be careful with this. So what you're going to do is wrap it around a tube. I'm going to make sure it goes barely into the oil seal. I can feel it already did. It's good. Now I'm going to straighten it out. I'm going to put it parallel. And now what you want to do is go around the fork, keep it nice and tight against the fork, and go around the tube. Remember to keep it parallel as best as you can, and take it around the tube. You can see I'm trying to really keep it parallel to the fork, and to kind of rotate it in one direction and keep it nice and close to the fork. So this is why I'm kind of bending it so it contours against the fork. Okay. So I'm hoping that did it. I'm going to remove it now. You can see there's some oil here. I'll wipe that off. Now we have to reseat the fork. So what you want to do is you want to get the bike off the center stand, let it go down. You know what? I'm going to take the charger off so it's not in the way. So I'm going to take the battery tender off just so that it's not, I know it's not in the way. All right. Let me move this thing around. So what you want to do is grab the front brake as strong as you can. You want to pump this thing down like this. Just do a motion down, and that's what you want to do. So I'm gonna try to do that. Okay, I'm going to stop now, and I'm going to go check where we're at. So you can see there's a lot of oil now. So now I'm going to clean that. I'm going to do is just clean it, wipe it. Again, I'm going to wipe down the fork. And this time, we might want to, look at this. This time around, we might want to use some brake cleaner. I'm going to hold off on the brake cleaner for a second and probably do it somewhere near the next round. You can see all the oil right here. So I'm going to get that in there just slightly, get it nice and dry. And now I'm going to try pumping the forks again. Now we have a clean paper towel. Let's see if there's anything. Clean, clean. Clean. Okay, so we got it. It's a little bit of oil coming out of there still. Still a tiny bit of oil for good measure. I'm going to go ahead and do this again. And I'm going to pause it here real quick just to let you know that I had to pump the forks maybe 2 or 3 more times before the next segment that you're about to see. I'm just trying to save time on the video so this doesn't become endless. So this time around, we shouldn't have any more oil. And you can see there's no oil rings on the fork, which means our job here is completely dry. Okay, so that took care of that. The oil seems to have stopped. Yeah, paper towel is coming out dry from underneath as well. So perfect. And we have fixed our fork leak. Now, last step is to take the same tool, just go around the seal, try to clean it out as well. You don't want to reintroduce anything once you pop that back in. So the last step is to bring this up and pop it in place. And you are now done fixing. Yep, completely clean. So you are now done fixing your fork seal. Pro tip, you can actually make this as well by using like any kind of plastic and cut one out. I decided to buy mine because I'm going to keep this for a while and I didn't want to have to like mess with like Coke bottles and whatever, but you can definitely make these if you need to. So now all I have to do is put this piece back and that's it, and we're ready to go. I hope you enjoyed the video and this helps you fix your leak if you have one. And like I said, this is a great first step as opposed to going straight to the shop and trying to get someone to look at it. If this doesn't fix it, then go to the shop. But I think this is a great solution and it will work for any bike basically that has fork suspension. Okay folks, I just got back a while ago from a 250-mile ride or so. And the final procedure you want to do is take your paper towel and run it through the fork. See, totally clean. So this worked. There's a little bit of grime and dust here, but it's not oil. I can't feel it in any oil on the tube. And this was a very challenging ride with, you know, lots of twisties and turns and compression and all that stuff, and it worked just fine. So that's the last check you want to do. You want to take it out for a ride, make sure it comes out, your paper towel comes out clean. All right, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.